Hello, welcome to the first video on this channel, and not really sure. I don't really have a goal or a reason really to be doing this. I just think a lot of stuff has been getting caught up in my own head, and I think it's a better outlet to let it get out. So I'm going to be doing that. And I think the best way for me to kick off whatever it is I'm doing here is talking about what has brought me the most stress in my entire life, which is passion. It is a weird thing because I feel like so often you hear about seeing it, and feels like people see it in so many different ways. Some people see passion as like, I don't know, being really into something always and like about everything about it. A constant undying love and constant need to work on things, which is probably the most accepted definition, but I don't know, I'm spouting nothing. It's just always something I've struggled with because I feel like, especially recently with university, getting into that, I want to be a writer, but I feel like I have no passion sometimes to write anything or to do anything really. I feel like this is a problem that has plagued me my entire life. Whenever it comes to anything, even dumb small things like to watch a movie or play a game a friend has wanted me to, and I just won't have the motivation or passion or feel any desire to do anything sometimes besides just rot. It's it's not like I don't have an interest in it. I love the idea of writing. I love coming up with stories to tell, but actually getting myself to sit down or do anything feels excruciating sometimes, especially attempting to start. Nothing makes me want to die more than starting something. And I feel like that's even the case for like things I like to do, like playing video games. Like this. What the fuck? Like I'm pretty sure I said to myself that I was gonna start this channel like a week ago and start doing it because it's something that I wanted to do. And I love the idea of making videos and just talking about nothing and just getting my thoughts and feelings out. But like, there I am a week later and I've done nothing. And it takes a message from a friend of mine to be like, dude, what the hell? For me to actually do something. It feels shitty. It makes me feel like I'm not ever gonna get anywhere in my life. And that's not really a nice feeling. What the fuck do I do up here? Anyways, it's not a nice feeling to constantly feel like I'm just gonna never amount to ever anything or never do anything because I because I don't. The only time I can find myself doing things like writing is when I'm forced to with a school assignment. And the worst part is I'm always so happy with the outcome. Even if I don't think I did good, it's this undescribable feeling of just content and pride that I really enjoy, but like I have I don't know how to get past that just blockage, that just wall of starting something. And I guess this is part of me attempting part of me attempting to get over that is by just starting something. But I feel like I've never been able to stay truly passionate to something. I have so many games that I've left unfinished just because I lose passion or I burn out doing them. So many writing projects that I've left just, oh, hello. So many writing projects that I've left incomplete because I just lose motivation or care to keep working on them, despite how interested I was in it in the first place. And it sucks because I see all of my friends going and doing things like writing these scripts and making and acting in these different things, doing plays, making all this progress, and I feel like I'm sitting here sometimes just being like, okay, well, I don't want to do anything but sit in bed and rot. And it makes me feel like shit because it makes me feel like a big old fraud. And I think that just creates a horrible negative feedback loop. So I'm just rotting and doing nothing. So I'm doing this. I'm getting my thoughts and feelings out about passion, and that's the first topic because I feel like it's a very toxic mentality that surrounds passion and the idea of passion. Because sure, there are gonna be people. There's people out there. There's like outliers that are just always constantly want to be doing this one thing, and they always feel this passion. They always feel this drive to do it constantly, no matter what. They don't struggle to do it. But I feel like that's such an outlier. It must be an outlier because I feel like I've heard so much of people like Art Block and such. So I feel like it's such a toxic mentality that exists around passion that if you don't feel like you want to do something constantly, and if you're not constantly working on something, you're some kind of failure. You're never going to achieve anything. Because that's a lot of the time what I feel like. I feel like I'm just falling behind because I don't have that. And to be honest, I feel like, yeah, a lot of people, I'm circling back a lot. I have no clue what to say or to do, to be honest, but I'm just forcing myself to rip the band-aid off, get this first video out there. Excuse me. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that my lack of motivation and passion scares me a lot. But ultimately, I guess, there's this one thing that I was told a while back, is that you cannot wait for motivation or inspiration to strike, because then you're never going to do anything. And I try to keep that in mind, that, it's not... I think you can take it multiple ways, and I think I've been taking it the wrong way for a while. Because sure, you can take that as, oh, well, just because it's okay not to write because you don't have the motivation. Or some excuse like that, but I feel like really, it's saying to just fucking do things, just start things. Just get into actually doing things, which is part of the reason I'm here right now. One, I need an emotional outlet, because university does not allow that a lot of the time. Because all of the stuff we write needs to be shared with other people, so like, I'm not gonna write about all the fucking anxieties that I have about my life and never amounting to anything, because I'm losing passion to do anything and everything. But that's a whole other bag of worms. Ultimately, I think I really just need to do things. And I need to accept that I'm not always going to feel motivated to do everything. Because that's unrealistic. You can't always expect yourself to feel motivated. And obviously, burnout is a super real thing, but I think more than anything, persistence matters more than motivation. And of course, they can tie in together or whatever, but I think really you can't expect yourself to always be motivated to do something. And maybe this is just coping on my end because I never feel like doing jack. This is a weird ass spawn. But I think I'm gonna just... Motivation is something that'll come to me, I'm sure. And passion... Maybe it's just the fact that I get them confused a lot. Being able to do things, motivation to do things, and then passion towards things. Maybe I'm confusing them too much. Because I feel like they're similar. Both are about doing something and can be tied to different things. Motivation to do something. And passion about something. But I feel like they're not intrinsically the same thing. I guess now that I'm thinking about it. A lot of this is just going to be me spewing fucking whatever into the mic because I have no clue what to make or say. But I know that if I don't do this now, I am never going to do this. So we're just gonna do it. This will hopefully be a regular thing. I've made YouTube channels in the past. I made one with a similar name to this, but I changed it so I could reuse it here. And I know something that I always struggled with was I had so much passion about being a YouTuber. I loved the idea of getting it big and fucking meeting my heroes and being alongside them, being this rich, famous figure, and I got to play Pokemon or Minecraft for a living. I feel like there was a lot of romanticization of something that absolutely isn't that simple. You gotta make more shit. What the fuck am I doing? But yeah, I've always loved the idea. I've had a channel way back. I really tried to do something with it, and I never really got anywhere. And I think that's because I confused. I think the reason why I struggle with a lot of things in my life is the confusion of passion and motivation. Passion is one thing, but it doesn't create the other. Motivation isn't going to be something that's always with you. You're not going to be motivated to do everything, even the things that you are passionate about always. But I feel like some people confuse, and I think me especially, I do this, we confuse the two, and it becomes a situation where we feel because we have no motivation that we have no passion, and because we don't have any passion, we're gonna fail and die and never achieve anything in our life. So I guess this is a whole spewing of just my brain, but ultimately I feel like you shouldn't confuse the two. They should be separate things. Of course, passion is one thing. Like, I'm passionate about starting YouTube, but I've never really had motivation. So I always kind of assumed that meant, oh, it's not for me then. But that's absolutely not true. Can I break this with this? Oh, well, that's a waste. But I feel like no, that's like the exact wrong way to look at this. The actual way I should be looking at this is like I have the passion for this, but I don't have the motivation because I'm going through something or I'm just not in the headspace for it. But you also can't wait for motivation to hit you on the head. You need to like push past the points of not having any motivation to do anything and just make something. Make something that sucks. Whatever the main saying is, make it real, then make it good. Because making it real is the hardest part of anything, really. It is pushing past that awkward phase of being, there's passion, but I think pushing past that and like, I don't know, pushing past that and realizing just because you're not feeling it as much one day, as much as that doesn't mean that you don't like the thing anymore, or you're not gonna never get anywhere. It also is something you need to push past. of course, make sure you're taken care of with breaks, but I feel like you got to create your own motivation eventually. You can't just sit and wallow in self-pity of that, oh, I'm just not feeling like it. I'm unmotivated. So therefore I don't really care about this, or I guess I'm not as interested as I thought. Fuck ton of skeletons. But really, you gotta push past that. And I'm mainly talking to myself here. I need to push past that feeling and realize I can be a writer that doesn't always want to write, but I can't be a writer that never writes. So even if I'm not feeling it, I know how it makes me feel, and I need to just push past it, which is sort of what I'm trying to teach myself with this video here. Teach myself that even if things suck miserably, or even if you're just not feeling anything, oh shit, you just gotta push past it and make it real. Make your own motivation. Push past it because that passion, if you're really passionate about something and you want to keep doing it, it'll stay with you. You just need to force yourself to turn that passion into something. And also expecting people to constantly be motivated or expecting yourself to be constantly motivated to do stuff is unrealistic. Because like there's absolutely going to be times where like you're tired, you don't want to write, but also you can't just let yourself not write or not do the thing you want to do forever. So I guess I don't know, it's all about finding time and pushing yourself to do more and realizing that passion or motivation isn't tied to passion. Just because you're feeling tired doesn't mean you don't like something or that you're gonna fail in life. And I think we'll all be a lot happier when we can internalize that lesson. And I'll be a lot happier if I don't fucking die here. Jesus. I am rusty. Rusty as all hell. But, I don't know. I hope with this I'll be able to ingrain in my mind a bit that it is okay to not feel motivated, but I can't just never do anything. So I'm doing something, and I'm gonna continue to do this hopefully for a bit. And if you wanna stick around to listen to whatever I have to babble about, I'd be really happy if you could subscribe. It's obviously not what it's about, but it certainly feels nice. I can just listen to what I have to say about life and hopefully update me on your own motivations, things that you're passionate about but are struggling to do. Because really, I feel like we all struggle in our own ways with that. Even if it's not with like the thing we want to do with our life. Even if it's just like a game or a hobby you want to pick up. But I think that's where I'm gonna leave this for now. Thanks for tuning in. Please, I guess I don't know what to say. Like and subscribe. I don't know. I just fucking rambled. I guess if you want to hear me ramble more, subscribe. And hopefully it won't be too long until I upload again.